Welcome this week,
friends.
Everybody.
It's time for the Saturday chat.
Time for the Saturday chat where we talk about our cover of this week's song.
For the Sunday shout out.
This week's song being Tom Waits' song Make It Rain. Sticking with our rain theme so we can keep those rain sunglasses on one more week.
Also sticking with the Make It Rain title that we did last week for Four Vans. Yes. It's exactly the same title. There's several different songs.
We have at least one or two more rain covers. But if you have a certain rain song you'd like to hear us do, link it down below.
Comment.
And we'll check it out and see if we want to extend. We've been at it for a little while, but we might continue on with rain.
I mean, they're cool glasses.
And they're cool glasses. So Tom Waits is a cool cat.
He might be a cat.
He's an interesting guy. So I didn't realize the longevity of Tom Waits. I found out about him in the 90s, I guess, but he's like come to him kind of sideways, like other musicians I've come to through covers of people performing of his songs. And I had no idea that he started out in 1969 and he recorded his first album in 73.
Gee whiz, I had no idea.
Yeah, so he was at it before I was born.
I know I've listened to some of his earlier recordings and his voice was a lot less gravelly. And I have heard rumor that he actually crafted his voice to sound the way that it does.
I've heard that too, and I know he started out in the folk scene, like in New York, and then was later convinced.
So was he out there when Dylan was out there?
Yes, he was.
That's so cool.
I
should have liked to seen them to perform together.
I don't know that they really came up at the same time. Like I think by the time Tom Waits was, trying, Dylan was already like well into his career.
But Dylan's a big fan of music, though, so he might have been around, observing.
There's no telling. And then I guess later in the 80s, he moved to L.A., and that was a whole different thing because, I think one of our first mutual experience with Tom Waits would have been the song Going Out West.
Right on.
Which we heard Government Mule cover.
Yes. Government Mule must be large fans of Tom Waits because they cover several of his songs.
Well, I know they covered this song as well. They covered it on his blues album. I don't know if they've done any more. Sometimes I don't even know that a song's a Tom Waits song.
You know what? Government Mule does a lot.
Tom Waits does covers also. So
well, I know that Government Mule they cover a lot of tunes that I really enjoy, and they were the door by which I met these songs. Because I'm a big Government Mule fan.
They always do a pretty good version. I can't say that, with as far as bands that cover other artists, sometimes I can take it or leave it. Even our own version, sometimes I'm like, sometimes I'm like, I like it better than the original. That
sometimes it takes a little while with the song to sink into it. Does that make sense? To sink your own artistry into the original.
It does. Work. Of course, because especially, I find the more familiar you are with a song, the harder it is to get it out of your memory and try to bring your own interpretation to it.
Yes.
And the more, the less familiar you are, the easier it is to take a fresh approach right from the beginning.
Sometimes I want to listen to a song kind of minimalistically so that I know that I'm infusing. Yeah, not too much. But sometimes that can lead to leaving out some of the iconic bits that people who are more familiar miss.
It also helps, if you can listen to multiple versions of interpretations, because then it kind of gives you a more
varied approach.
No one version sticks in your mind, so you're forced to approach it from the lyrics and melody of your own, of your own doing. So Tom Waits, though, one thing that I'd like to mention is, of course, it makes sense, having been around with his first album, 73, that he has 17 albums.
What a great legacy.
That is just original compositions. That's not compilations, and that's not counting. So he had also multiple compilation albums and multiple live albums. I think it was 3 live albums and 6 compilations.
Yeah, we were talking just before. Glitter and Doom is one of the live albums this song is on, and I love that album title.
I think he's out. What's the name of the album that this was on? Do you remember?
No, because Glitter and Doom was great. Was it Real Love? Real
something. It's it's always tongue in cheek and really funny with him. He has one that's this is so. It's some of his Liars, Brawlers, and Bastards is one of the albums. So that's a triple album, and I don't know if that's compilations or covers or what that is, but it's like each album is supposed to be like, he said he had like a ton of songs. So I think a lot of it is originals, and then he had a ton of songs, so it was like he categorized them the best he could to fit the three titles. Like, that's it was like funny. A curated type of thing.
Well, I know that he touts being single as allowing him to sort of branch out and be such a prolific writer.
But he was married for a long time and has a son.
I
think is he not married now?
I don't know. I just know that he touted being single as allowing him to be and go and do for much of his career.
I know that also he actually, the funny thing is, I was going to say a little bit the opposite, was that I think that in a lot of ways he's like the anti-musician. Like, he's like he doesn't really, which, he's like a musician's musician, is what I'm trying to say. Like, he's like an anti-musician as far as industry and, like, living up to what, the industry might say the gold standard for musician is.
Yeah.
Is he doesn't write, like, accessible songs and hooks. You know what I mean?
No, yeah.
And he it's almost like he curates a sound that is offensive. Like, he knows it's going to be offensive in a lot of ways. Like, even like you said, he curated his voice, like, in a way where it's like some people are going to like it and a lot of people are not, you know, and he doesn't seem to really care. And I know that he bounced around on some labels because of that, because he would get on labels and seem like they were giving other people more attention. So he would just move on, or, you know, feel like he was getting lost. And I think out of all his albums, he only had one top 10 album. I don't think he had any singles to speak of that had like great wide success, you know? So, but yet here he is 17 albums in, so he obviously has garnered an audience in that time to stick around that long and have the staying power. And I think he writes great songs, you know? I mean, I think that they are rich in Americana, like the not in the musical sense, but in the lyrical sense, probably, you know?
Yeah, I think he's very poetic. And just looping back around to what you were talking about, how he approaches the industry, or his lack of care of what other people think, maybe. I would liken him to Frank Zappa, sort of in that way.
Well, he was a big fan. It said that, and so in the beginning, he started out as a fan of Dylan and Sinatra and a lot of folk music, you know? But then later on he became like, he got interested in the poets like Jack Kerouac, and like, this is not very long into it, but then later on even like the band Captain Beefheart and like some more exploratory bands that were, you know, Zappa and that type of thing. And I think it comes out in his writing for sure. It's not, you know, it's penned cleverly, but not in like a hook way where it would consider commercially viable per se.
Well, I know that like Zappa, he wanted to create the music, the instrumental part of things, and I know that there were industry people that told him, you have to put lyrics, it's not accessible, you have to put lyrics. So he's like, fine, but I'm gonna put whatever the heck lyrics that I want. I don't care if they're offensive, or if they draw people sense, or if they have a hook, or if they make no sense. I don't care. So he started writing things that caught people off guard, I think, in response to this mandate that he changed his art.
They influenced bands like Fish to Tom Waits, you know, and you can see it. I think that every Tom Waits song that I can think of immediately off the top of my head, like when I think of the song, I immediately think of a line that's like hooky to me. It might not be to the general population, but with me, it's like, well, that's really funny and cool, or
know. We perform on the regular his song 219.
I forgot that was even him.
Yeah, and we came by it again sideways by way of Jerry Douglas Band.
Yes.
And love their version, love his version.
Yes.
And came up with our own sort of meld,
which we just performed recently.
Yeah, and I really love the song, and the imagery that he uses paints a vivid picture for my imagination. It captures me. So I hope that in our performance of these things that I find captivating, it extends to our audience.
I feel like, and you know, a lot of Tom Waits fans feel like that no cover can surpass his original. And like, I feel like there may be some truth in that, especially with an artist like Tom Waits, where one, he writes his own material, so it's not like because if you don't write your own material, then in some senses it can be argued that you're already covering somebody else's song.
Right. Yes.
But like also he has such a unique flavor. Like it's so unique that if that's what you like, because almost every time, like I really liked the cover of 219 that Jerry Douglas does, and I very much enjoy it. And then I heard the original, I was like, wow, okay.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't even...
It's almost like a different song using the same lyrics, yes.
Like you, I don't think music is a competition. I think I can like both versions, you know? Yeah. I don't have a problem with that, but it's like... I'm like, yeah, okay.
Well,
like, it's just not the same, you know? It's not the same.
I feel like, number one, like, piggybacking on what you said, it's his own material. And we've talked ad nauseum about the stories that we tell ourselves and our internal story about our own song, right? And I feel his delivery of whatever internal story that he's giving has such depth in his recorded versions, in his live versions. Like and it's not just his gravelly voice, he's got a grit to his cadence.
I feel like
how he bites the words.
I feel like he curated his voice to fit like whatever. It's like
the message he's trying to get.
Like his whole feel. Like it's almost like a curated sound that's unmatchable. Like when Warren Haynes and Government Mule do the covers, it's almost like, and I think Warren is bluesy, which means by general nature that they're not like a smooth delivery type of thing.
Yes.
But it still doesn't even approach the roughness around the edges that like in the Jerry Douglas band, they were so tight that it's like almost like the 219, it works with them because of their arrangement and their style,
like
but it's
if I can give some imagery here, like what you're saying, like the 219 specifically, the Jerry Douglas band, it's like being on a bobsled or a luge. Like it's just such a smooth. And Tom Waits' version is like being in a red wagon going down a gravel road.
It is.
It gives you a feeling, but it's not necessarily
it's like the same
a comfort.
song. So I would liken it to like, okay, you're in a bobsled going down a hill. Jerry Douglas version. Tom Waits' version is someone shoves you off a cliff and you snowball down a hill.
Yeah.
Like tumbling and tripping and falling, and like when you stand up you have a bloody face and a broken leg. You know? And that's really what his songs feel like. It's crazy.
He definitely delivers you a feeling.
There is the the Liars, Brawlers, and Bastards, or whatever the name of the album is like, it's a perfect name, as is Glitter and what?
Doom.
Glitter and Doom.
Which I say are synonymous.
Yeah. So, it's like perfect feeling for his music. If you're not familiar with his music, I would recommend checking it out for sure. And I would also recommend having an open mind if you're going into it for the first time, because
for sure,
because
it's going to be an experience. And like our Sideways store was Going Out West.
Our first couple songs was Going Out West and The Piano's Been Drinking are the two that I remember.
I actually really like The Piano's.
And like every song, like instantly I can think of like this song that we did. It's like, I'm not able, I'm just Kane. You know, it's like, what a great lyric. It's like it's like, I'm not able. You expect it to be like, for some reason, you know what I mean? It's like,
ability. You're talking about the ability to do things. Yeah.
But not what you expect.
Exactly.
So, and then there's like,
it's both.
The line that sticks with me from Going Out West is I was little brown sausages lying in the sand. Like it's like just like little people barbecuing themselves out on the beach. It's the beach of California. You know, is what I remember. Like it was what the vision that it gives me. You know, it's like people getting like tanned. You know, that was his way.
I think that's what. Yeah.
But there's also, it's like, there's ridiculous lines like I look good without a shirt. You know, it's like just because.
Like you're gonna put that on a resume.
Yeah, exactly.
It is a resume.
Like, and he's done some acting and things like that, so it makes it just humorous.
Yeah.
The whole, it's like Going Out West. It's like he captures the feel of the West in a totally different light. And I love it. I'm here for it. I'm here for the songs. I'm here for the music, and I'm here for Tom Waits, 100%.
So if you guys have listened to Tom Waits, do you have a favorite Tom Waits song? And if not, I guess I have a question.
If not, you can check out this song that we're going to be performing tomorrow, which is
Make It Rain.
I was going to say Going Out West, which is not the case. Yeah, no. But like I would recommend starting with Make It Rain, Going Out West, Piano's Been Drinking, 219. Any of those are good places to start, and more.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks
As always, we'll see you tomorrow for the Sunday Shout Out and next week for another Saturday Chat.
Have a great week.
Have a great week.